Recording.
All right. This morning we're at the Far North Coffee Lodge. Just stopped in for a cup of coffee with a friend, and at this point I'm going to take a little trip. Yeah, I got about 19 minutes. I'm going to take a little trip through town and then head over for my annual physical. So the bike has not been off the property since August of last year. I've been riding my sister's 2016 Ducati Scrambler. Definitely a pretty big difference in these two bikes. This one sits up a lot higher and is a little quicker and more, well, quicker to turn. More nimble, I guess would be a good word for it. The Scrambler, I think there's no question that the Scrambler is quicker overall. I mean, that bike will jump right out from underneath you if you're not careful. It's also lower to the ground, and you got to use a little more counter steer. Let me rephrase that. You've got to work a little harder on the counter steer to make it happen. I think part of that's because the bike is not as tall. Being closer to the ground, you got to lean a little bit more, and it is about 40 pounds heavier than this bike. Big difference in engine size. This is a 300. It's an 800cc. At any rate, they're both very good bikes. I'm glad to be back on my Versys, and I just want to take a little tour through beautiful downtown Bonners Ferry at about 8:45 in the morning. It's like a fair amount of the businesses are still open. That's a good thing. A few places for sale. And I'm just going to make a loop on through town here, see if I can see anything that's changed significantly since I've been away. We still have a barber shop. That's a good thing. The old grocery store is still closed. Something going on with my Senna. I'm not getting any audio through the speakers, so probably going to have to check all those connections. I checked the external one, and it's all good. So I'm not sure what's happening there. I think I'll start with probably a reset. I'm going to ride by the old laundry facility for the company that I used to work for. I'm going to ride by the laundry facility that belonged to the company I used to work for. Before that, still there. Before Boulder Creek Academy operated it, it actually used to be a working laundromat. We used to have 2 laundromats in town. Now I guess we still got 2. They're just in a different place. So that one's closed down to public use. almost time to head up and go see how my health is. And then after that, got some plans for the late morning and afternoon, although I think I just saw a message from my brother come in that sounds like maybe some of those plans are going to get changed. I'll find out in a few minutes. I'd be interested to find out if the audio actually comes through on this. The connector that goes into the bottom of the Senna 10C Evo hooks up the mic and the speakers. And I'm not hearing any audio whatsoever coming through the speakers. No beeps or anything when you're powering it up. So I'll have to try. I haven't tried playing music yet. I'll have to give that a shot. Anyway, like I said, I think we'll have to start with a reset. But there's your tour of downtown Bonners Ferry, Idaho. The last town before you hit Canada. I got about 80 miles on this tank and I'm down 1 square. Another nice thing, just comparing the two bikes, the Scrambler has like a 2.5 gallon tank. I'll have to look it up to be sure, but you can't go 200 miles is kind of stretching it. This has a 4.5 gallon tank and it gets about 10 miles more per gallon at least. So 80 miles on this really isn't bad. You can get up over 300 miles on a tank with this bike. We should get our tires rotated while we're here. Alright, anyway, just about time to turn off to the doctor's office. So, until next time, Anthony out.